Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the card we're making today. This is using the brand new stamp set, Bella and Friends. This is the stamp set that I helped design for my $1 million celebration. Isn't it so cute? I love it. So here's Bella, here's Skittles, and then here's a friend. Okay, so this is actually the card that I took on the incentive trip. This was my swap card, so we're going to make that today. I'm going to cover the supplies really quick. The crumb cake cardstock, which is the base of the card, is 8.5 by 5.5. We'll score that in just a minute. Then the next layer is also crumb cake, and that is 5.25 by 4. Then we've got shimmery white, and that measures 3.5 by 2. Pear pizzazz, 4 by 1.25, and black, 3.5 by 2.25. So the first thing we'll do is score our crumb cake cardstock in half. That's going to be at 4.25. I'm using the lighter blade to do that. Okay, now let's fold this over to form the card base. Now, let's go ahead and stamp our image. I'm going to do this first because, to be honest, I sometimes mess this part up. You can use your Stamp-A-Majig or you can use the Little Misty. I have both of them, but to be honest, I know that a lot of you are like me and sometimes you just want to get it done without using any special tools. So we're going to try this. I may have to start over or flip it over. That's the beauty of having two-sided papers. We can turn it over. It's a little high, so I'm going to try one more time. Just flip it right over. Okay, that one's perfect. I can tell. See? Actually, let's do it one more time. Sorry. I can't stick my head really close, which is what I want to do. Otherwise, you'd see my hair. And you really don't want to see that today. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so while that's drying, we're going to take the Pear Pizzazz piece. And what we're going to do is put some adhesive at the top and at the bottom. And then we're going to take this. And we're just going to wrap it 3 times. Let's see. Oops. Okay, please stick for me. There we go. Okay, now let's cut that. And then what I'm going to do is position it how I want it. I've got some adhesive on my thumb. And then I'm going to take 2 pieces and I'm going to tie a bow. You can make the bow small or you can keep it a little larger. Uh-oh. I think I've messed up. Okay, let's try it again. I always say I do better tying bows when I don't talk. That looks pretty good. Okay, we'll set that aside for a second. And we can go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. Or I should say to that layer that we have. Okay, so let's straighten this out or spread them apart. You can still move these before you place it on the top here. Okay. And then we're just going to take a glue dot and add our bow. And we're going to sponge this in a minute, but I'm just going to set that aside for now, and we're going to come back to our image. We're going to be using crumb cake and Pear Pizzazz, and we're also going to be using the aqua painter and the blender pan. So I decided that it was easier to use the aqua painter for some parts and the blender pen for others. And while I'm coloring, instead of fast forwarding it, I'm actually going to talk to you. So everyone that orders the Bella and Friends stamp set from me is going to receive a card, a Bella and Friends card. And everyone that wants me to sign their stamp set, don't send me your stamp set. Just take your sleeve out, which is this, mail it to me. There'll be a form on my website. So you can just put this in an envelope, send it to me. I'll sign it at the bottom down here, and I'll pay the postage to mail it back to you. So don't send me your whole stamp set. Just send me your sleeve, and I'll send it back to you, okay? And for the Bella and Friends, I'm going to be offering that free card all year long. So you don't have to rush, although I'm going to show you enough cards to make you really want to purchase the stamp set ASAP. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get out my blender pen, because there's some smaller sections that I can't get using the aqua painter. I'm still with the Pear Pizzazz. I'm coloring the turtle. Laura kept Miss Bella for me, my assistant, when we were on the trip, and she actually had a turtle in her yard. Isn't that funny? Okay, so now we're using the crumb cake for the shell of the turtle. This was my card because we had limited items that we could purchase from the pre-order. So I didn't use designer series paper because I really didn't have access to that. Oh, I closed the wrong color. Let me switch that out real quick. So I'm going to use crumb cake to color her body. And as you guys know, Miss Bella is a mixture of white, black, some red. She's really multicolored, but I'm just using crumb cake on her. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to take the marker, which is right here, and I'm going to color her collar. You can barely see the pink Pierrette, but you know, I do have a pink collar on her right now. So now what we're going to do is attach this to the basic black. I'm losing my words. I paused the camera a couple minutes ago because my husband called. He is finally bringing Bella home, so I'm going to get to finally see her since returning from my trip. So then this is going to go just like that, okay? Now you can lower it down here. You can place it up here. You can put it wherever you want it. I think I'm going to put mine right there in the middle. And then I'm going to sponge this. I keep closing that ink pad and I don't mean to. For all of my customers in downline, I do want to say thank you so much for your support. Brooke and I had a fabulous time on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Although the crowds were really crazy at like the Colosseum and the Vatican and pretty much everywhere we went, it was still amazing. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over and place a dimensional in each corner, so all four corners, and then in the center. And one more thing before I leave, I've given you guys a lot of information. It'll all be posted on my website, but don't forget to head over to my website, leave a comment. I have one of my swap cards left over from the incentive trip, so I will be sending that to one person, and all you have to do is leave a comment. See? There you have it. Oh, and these are a couple more images that I have of that stamp set. Like I said, you'll be seeing those cards in the future. Okay, so there you have it. Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.